Welcome to Unfold Data Science, friends. This is Aman here, and I am a data scientist. In this video, I am going to show you how do you create a good data story. So this video is a continuation of my last video where I was talking about the theoretical aspects of how to create a good data story. The link is right here on the I button. You can go ahead and watch that video as well. In this video, I'll take a data and show you step by step how do you create the data story from that data. Let's start. So let me go to my Python. This is Jupyter notebook here. And here I'm importing some necessary packages in the beginning. Then I go and read a sample data. So this data is basically a superstore data. As you can see, each row is a transaction. So first row is a transaction, second row is a transaction. In one transaction, we have multiple information. So there is order ID, order date, shipment mode, customer ID, country, city, these information are there, right? Now, having said that, if this data has these many columns, then there must be some information hidden in this data. So when I dig deep into this data, what I found out is there are two columns in the end. One is known as sales and other is profit. Okay. So sales every transaction and profit every transaction. Using these two columns, the first thing I did with this data is I created a new column. I named that as profit percentage. So as you can see here, there is a profit percentage column created by me, which is a division of profit by sales. Very simple. So I create this new column, and then in the data, I also saw that there are three different customer segments to which this retailer sells. Okay, so there is a segment column and there are different segments. Now I just wanted to check what are these different segments. So when I ran a count plot on this, what I saw is there is consumer, corporate, and home office. Three types of segment here. Okay. Now this all this information should go to the story, data story. So I'm going back to my PPT, and the first slide introduction, I'm saying this data has sample superstore data with nearly 10K transactions. This retailer has three segments of business, namely consumer, corporate, and home office. In this data story, we'll try to discover the data pattern and provide recommendations to business. Okay. So the first insight or first information from the data that I want to put in this story is segment distribution for customers. So as we can see, there are three types of segment: consumer, home office, and corporate. Coming back to the data, what I have done here is I have created three different data sets for three different segments. So what's happening here is all the consumer transaction will come in this data set, corporate segment in this, and home office in this. So I'm creating three different data sets here. Once I do that, what I want to see is the profit percentage column that I created in the beginning. What is the average profit percentage for these segments? Okay, so that is what I'm doing here. So I get three numbers here. Okay, so numbers are 11, 12, and 14. I'm just printing it and I'm just creating a graph here. So if you can see, home office has the highest profit percentage, more than 14%. On the other hand, consumer has lowest, close to 11%, and corporate has close to 12%. So this information also goes in the data story. So what we can see here is we saw that more number of transactions are from consumer, but when we saw the profit, percentage, what we are seeing is consumers give least profit percentage. On the other hand, home office, which is lowest in transaction terms, is having highest profit percentage. So this is a story point that we can present to the business. Moving forward in the data, what I thought of doing is I also want to check how is the distribution of profit percentage in consumer section. So I'm just seeing the distribution. So this gives different percentiles to me. If you can see, there is minus 275 as well, which means some profit percentage are negative as well. I did a further analysis of this and I just took all the profit numbers in a data frame subcategory wise. So just to show you what is a subcategory, in this data you can see there is something called category and there is something called subcategory. Okay, so I wanted to see which of these subcategories are giving more profit and which of these subcategories are giving less profit. So that is what I have done through this chart. Okay, now I come here and this is for consumer section only, because consumer section has lowest profit percentage. Now, which of these subcategories are contributing more to that lowest profit percentage? So we can see tables are close to 15% negative, machines are close to like 5% negative, bookcases give close to 17-18% negative profit, binders give more than 20% negative profit, appliances give close to 20% negative percentage, a negative profit margin. And on the other hand, there are some big numbers in positive side as well. For example, paper, labels, envelopes. So this information also should go in the story. So what I'm saying here is categories causing dent in the margin. This is just for the consumer. Okay. So which categories are causing dent in the profit margin? So obviously tables, machines, bookcases, binders, all these things, right? Now I'm trying to create a flow here. So what I did, step one, I saw the different segments. Step two, I saw which segment is causing trouble or which segment is less profit making. Step three, in that segment, which category or subcategory is causing problem to the profit. Now remember guys, I have not gone to model building yet. If I go to model building, I will get more meaningful insights and more meaningful stories to put in the data. But to keep it simple, I am just wrapping it here with 3 or 4 bullet points. I'm just saying insights and recommendation. More sales should be targeted to home office segment, and it is profit generating segment and has less penetration. So this is what we saw in the beginning, right? Home office is a profit generating segment, but the number of transactions are low. So business should target on improving the business on that segment. That is the insight number one. Insight number two, tables, binders, appliances, bookcases, these are the subcategories which are contributing more to the negative margins, which means these subcategories are not contributing much to the positive margins, or these are not giving margins to the business. So business should reconsider on doing something on these. On the other hand, we also saw there are some good positive contributors in subcategory. For example, paper, envelopes, these, right? So I'm writing that profit margin should be maintained for paper, level, envelope, etc. because these are high positive margin subcategories. So this is how I took the data, I created a profit margin column, and then I put the information segment wise in a flow, and I'm trying to show to the business some story from the data which might be useful for their business and which holds their interest. So this is how you can create a data story. Obviously you can add more points. So if you go to model building, more EDA, you will have more points to add into the story. You can anytime do that. And this is how overall at high level you create a data story, and this is how you present it to the business. So let me know if you have any doubts, any question on this video or my previous video where I was talking about the theory aspect of it. So let me know through comment if you have any doubts. I'll see you all in the next video. Till then, take care.